All right. Okay, let's first see who's here. Now let me get to YouTube, y'all. That's right. Pleased to meet you. What? Can you send me the link? Because after you signed off, I was able to retrieve it. Oh, mashallah. I'll do it now. How do I do this? I go to last night. I go here, and then I say share, and then I say messaging, and then I say Shiro. Oh. Oh my God. Wait. Discard. Okay. So also, I'm live right now. Period. I'm going live right now. Period. Hope to see you there. Period. Now to the stream. That's right. Pleased to meet you. I still don't want to tell you my name. Don't you believe in mystery? Don't you want to play my game? I'm looking for a girl to love me like I've never been loved before. I'm looking for a sister that'll do it anywhere, even on a limousine floor. Cause tonight I'm living in a fantasy, own little nasty world. Tonight, don't you want to come with me? Do you think I'm greetings, my people. This is the Jedi. I want to just first say, you guys, I wanted to come back because I told you I was going to do this follow-up call with this rabbi. And I had another call that I made today I think I mentioned to you all that I had a brouhaha with the white bitch. Well, she wasn't a white bitch. She leaned white bitch. She leaned at the Family Dollar the other day and was not pleased with the treatment that I got. So I followed up on that, and I got a sister at their headquarters, and she was testifying with me. Sadly, I didn't transfer that audio from there to home, but what we're going to hear from this call, I transferred it over. I could have done that. Damn. We'll save it for a future piece, inshallah. And I want to say too that somebody was asked, I forgot who brought it up the other night, that brought me to tears when I was talking about my friend Vanity. And there was something that I forgot to mention in all of that. Um, but that's what was on my heart. And then um, the other, or day before yesterday, a friend of mine was out of gas and they needed a gas can. And when I went to go, I borrowed Uncle's gas can when I went to go take them the can and take them to go get gas. I happened to, the CD I was playing in my car, that song actually came on in the car. I didn't realize it was even on that CD, but there it was. And I was telling my buddy, I said, that's my friend, you know, and it was a whole thing, but somehow she's come back. That since us speaking about her the other night, it seems like she's just kind of resurfaced. Um, the energy is really strong for some reason. I don't know why. That's my job to figure it out. And even when I spoke with my step aunt in New York the other night, it came up. So that's why that was on my brain. That song has been in my head, and I just did that. But I want to shout out my buddy Terrence Bowers. Kiara, greetings to you. Frankie, holding it down for me. Shiro, my queen, holding it down as always. Hush Harbor, good to see you. Says, wow, I made it alive. Good to see you, Jedi. It's good to see you too. Cheryl, my other queen, ride or die. Currently, I am on my way home from grocery shopping. Well, be very careful. Hopefully I won't say anything that makes you wreck the car. As we say in Spanish, conducir, conducir, and I just went blank. But drive safely. And and hopefully you got me something from the store, Cheryl. So that's not even, yes, Queen, you got my text. Kiara, sadly, I can't stay. Have to go back to work. I hope I'll hop back on my next break. Okay, inshallah. And Cassandra, yes, my sister. What happened last night, Cass? And you need to send me your phone number again, because the number I was calling says you can't. That's not a good number for you anymore. You say you're still in the hospital hanging in. What's going on, Cass? I mean, you don't get personal, but just like, could you throw me something, like throw me a bone or something? Something, just so that I know where to place my angst with my ashy hands. Damn it. I'm going to correct that, y'all. I have to. This can't be allowed. Get that melanin right. You understand what I'm telling you? And right now, the sun is being good to us, so we give thanks for that. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that I did in this stream, everybody, is I wanted to be clear. I want to say this right at the beginning, or as Kamala Harris would say, let's be real clear. Let's be real clear. Because Joe Biden knows where this country's got to go. Joe Biden knows how to say Black Lives Matter. So let's be real clear. Let's be real clear. So I want to be real clear. This collection, I need your feedback, because I did this collection for you and for my legacy. What do you mean by this medieval language, Jedi? Why do you say these things to us? What I mean, everybody, is, over the years, I always tell you I speak from my soul in life. And certainly when I speak to you, that's how I exist on the earth. That's how I move. And authenticity is always served me. It's my oxygen. It's all I know. So that's why I always speak directly from my soul. And over the years that I've been speaking to you, there are themes, all the wisdom that the universe has given me, given us. There's been these punctuations, these profound pieces of knowledge that the universe has shared with us, me. And I have decided it would be a fantastic idea to reduce those to something that you can consume. So I started out with a line of t-shirts, v-necks, long sleeves, there's even for kids, sweatshirts, hoodies, etc. The first one, I honored my grandmother, and it says, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. But I got a million of them that you know already. If you want something you never had, you got to do shit you never did. There can never be reconciliation without acknowledgement. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. I mean, I literally started writing them down because they come out of me all the time. They are profound statements that make big impact, and they stick. So my agenda is that by putting them on the merchandise, that when you, and inshallah, I'm gonna have masks and mugs and tote bags as well. I just didn't understand the technology and how to set up a full collection. But I've been communicating back and forth with the company, and I understand better now. The only other question I have is that when you go to the link that's under the video, you'll see the store. And so, but I want all of the merchandise to be able to be displayed there. But why I need your feedback, everybody, is because this is not about me, it's about us. As with everything I've ever done since I've been on this platform, I've always told you, it's not about me. I'm not here for me, I'm here for us. This is no different. So you need to give me feedback on the merchandise and the price point, because I'm trying to establish price points that are reasonable, that everybody can agree on. Wow, Cass, I know you were gonna put it out there on Front Street. Appreciate the sister. Let me screenshot it and then you can take it down if you want. Got it. Yeah, I got it. In case you don't want the whole world to have it, because I tell you guys, anytime we are on here, when I finish, then you should always refresh, like a couple minutes later, and you'll see there's usually up between 300 and 400 people that are usually watching anytime that we're on. That's why immediately the view count is like presto. I heard somebody the other day talking about ghost. There was a sister, she was talking about they're shadow screening me or something, but whatever her issue was, and I think this was on Instagram, but she knows she has more people, but it doesn't show. Anyway, whatever that is, I think that's what, because why don't all my people show up in one, you know what I mean? Anyway, but I need your feedback, because I'm doing what I think is best, but with anything, especially when it comes to, you want to present something to the public, you need to know what it is the public wants. Everyone who has ordered merchandise so far has given it rave reviews, and I'm very pleased with that. But I want to expand it, and so I need your feedback. Even if you're not going to buy anything, I still need you to go to the site and tell me what you think. Your opinion still matters to me. You understand? You don't have to buy anything, but I do need your feedback. And Also, um, as it goes to legacy, I've spoken at length in the past to you all who know me well. I've said to you that I'm a man obsessed with my mortality. I live in a space every day of being aware of my mortality. Allah says to mankind in the Quran that we should live each day as if it's our last, and we should live each day as if we're going to live forever. I really get that. I really do. And if you really think about that, if you sit with yourself, you don't have to do it now, but if you sit with yourself and think about that concept and think about what that means to you, and boom, you'll get it. There'll be a turn. There has to be. When you're in that consciousness, you have to turn. You will turn. You will turn. And you'll tell me, Jedi, I turned. But I am someone who is intensely aware that my presence on the earth has been so unique. I can say that in third person, like outside of myself, looking at myself and society. I've always told you I don't ever feel like I fit. I don't know anybody like me. It's lonely to be me. So much of being me is so lonely. But this is to that point to say that part of also why I'm doing this is because these phrasings and pieces of knowledge, they serve our people. They serve the consciousness. It also allows me to leave a piece of me. You understand? I'm a man who doesn't have children yet. You understand? I don't have a wife. I've not reproduced myself. And how will I leave my mark on the earth? I've been obsessed with that since I don't know how old I was. I'm only 19 now, so go just do the math, whatever. Anyways, don't type anything. All right, I'm 19 and everybody knows it. But so that's not even, and there are many ways that I want to leave my mark. You have been part of me leaving my mark. When I first learned that you could do a YouTube video, boom, I said I can speak to my people, because I've been speaking to my people since forever. I've been preaching since I was a kid. Ask my siblings. I wasn't well received though, but I was preaching. And I know that I'm here for something greater than anything I've articulated. I know that. And so when I was trying to start the Black Independence Liberation League, this is all part of my journey, destiny, my destiny journey, my journey, destiny, my destiny journey. You understand what I'm telling you? I need you to really hear what I'm telling you. I'm telling you my soul right now. I'm telling you my whole reason for existing. I'm telling you. I'm trying to open my bosom and show you my soul. This is who I am. This is why. This is what I mean. Hear me, And so I need you to understand that. It's so important to me that you hear me. That's the thing I value most in life. One of. I know about me that I really have a need. If I'm going to communicate anything to anyone, I need to know that you heard me. You heard me. You heard me here. You heard me here. You heard me. And so that's part of what this is about. You understand? So everybody may not want fashion. So that's why I'm trying to come with the coffee mugs and the masks. Um, and then also my icon that you see all the time, which you can't see it now, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the red with the Arabic writing. It's just huge on my thing because it's my background. But my it should be on my video, right? Isn't it? Oh, when you're on live, it's not there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, my logo. It's down in the corner, right there. The red logo. All right. It's also to put a piece of spirituality on you. That calligraphy says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. It looks beautiful. In Islam, anytime you write anything from Quran or you write the name of Allah, it should be the most beautiful. We have the most skilled calligraphers and writers in Islam. I've shared with you in the past, when you see the black box in the desert that I told you is the Kaaba, but the black, it's actually a mosque built by the Prophet Ibrahim and his son, and but they cover it, and there's Arabic writing. It's Quran all the way around it in gold. There are men that sit and stitch that whole piece is known as the kiswa. There's a video here on the channel about it. But why I put that on there is because it's, you know me to be a man who values my relationship with the divine. I'm conscious of it. I seek it. I want paradise after this life. I'm a Muslim. It's part of my everything. It's part of it's who I am. It's not like something I do, you know, like Christians go to church on Sunday and Bible study on Wednesday or choir rehearsal on Thursday. This is life. And I know the value of that. You know, it looks fantastic too, you know, but I just need you to understand there's a reason behind, you know, there's a method to the madness, as they say. So I just need you to really understand that. So definitely make sure you go and check out. The link is under the video. You can go and you can see what I have produced thus far. And like I say, whether you're purchasing something or not, I want your feedback, because a wise man knows what he doesn't know and is not afraid to ask. You understand? There's another one. Another one that will be on something. That will be on something. There, they're right there. But the main purpose of our gathering here today is to articulate the roundup of this initial conversation I had with the Jewish rabbi. For anyone who's not up to speed, let me bring you up to speed. First, I want to read what Cass wrote. You say, I still didn't transfer these damn pictures. Son of a... Because I keep wanting to show you guys the x-rays of my feet, man. It will change your life. But Cass says, shout out to Andrea Smith. You say, I'm in pain. I got you, doll. It's not my kidneys. Oh, thank God. They think it may be arthritis. Okay. All right. Because I know you have the kidney thing going on. I don't want to say, but so I pray for you, Cass. I do. When I tell any of you guys that I pray for you, I need you to know that it's real. You know, I know and believe in the power of prayer. My grandmother, before I even knew I was a person or anything about prayer or God or anything else, my grandmama used to say, you got to pray, but you got to know how to pray. She used to say that. You got to know how to pray. And I can tell you she's so right, of course, but you have to know how to pray, everybody. It's like I always tell you, anything of great value requires great sacrifice. There, you see, it comes out of me. And when you seek the specific uh, something from the divine, because he sustains us round the clock, awake or asleep. But when you go to him, when you address the maker, the creator of all things, of all the ahad, then there's a way, there's a requisite, there's a way. You got to know how to pray. So I pray for y'all. I pray for us. I pray for our people. You understand what I'm telling you? Shout out to Black Beauty always. Um, and CJ Stevenson, I'm so glad to see you. Okay, doctor's coming. All right. Just keep me posted, Cass, and I'm definitely going to give you a call today, inshallah. I love you. I love you. I love you. So that's what that's about, you guys. It's also about giving you something that you can think about that's powerful for you and your life, because all of these things are something I want you to live by. I want you to adopt them as part of your being and how you move through existence. And just to have that reminder, I think, is powerful. And anywhere that you go, people will love the calligraphy, and they will also love whatever saying it is that you have, even if they don't say anything to you, it will make them think. So my reach, because I've told you many times, I know I'm here to change the world. I know that for sure. Since I was a kid, people would, they ask all the little kids, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a fireman. I want to be like Dr. King. I'm going to be a construction worker. And they get to me, what do you want to be, little man? I said, I'm here to change the world. And they would look at me. They would look at me. They just look at me. But I know I'm here to change the world. And when I discovered that I could do YouTube videos in 2014, then I had to go back to the maker. And is this the path? Because I've been seeking my path since forever. Everything that I've done, everywhere I've moved, everywhere I've lived, every job I took, is this connected to my mission? This is it. That's what I told you guys. This was said the best. Now I was trying to shut up and stop talking about it. This was said the best. I only went into the entertainment business back in the day because it dawned on me, you got to be famous. If you're famous, you'll have money. And there's nothing I love more than to give to people. Ah, subhanallah. That gives me the greatest feeling on earth. I know that about myself. I'm clear. If somebody says, what gives you the most joy on earth? When I can give something to someone else and see their joy. It's everything to me. So this would have served that. If I'm famous, I'll have money. Not for me, because I'm not into stuff. I'll have money. I can help people. And if I'm famous, I'll have access to the media, and millions of people can hear me when I speak. That was my evil plan. I swear by Allah, that was my evil plan. Well, the entertainment thing got sidetracked here and there. I mean, I had some fits and starts, or however you say it, and a leg that's cramping up, but that's okay. Nurse, thank you. And but I've always been left myself in a spiritual and mental space of wait, Jedi, wait, because I need to know what it is Allah is going to have me do. I don't want to do anything of my own. I don't want to be involved. I want to be led and guided and sent and told. That's what I want to be. And so when I found you in 2014, my channel took off. Boom. I went from 2 subscribers to 23,000. Boom. And I could speak to my people. And then I wanted to start the Black Independence Liberation League. You know, the rabbi was asking me about that today. You're going to hear that. And I'm not on earth to serve myself. I'm not here for that. I've never been a selfish person. Anyone who knows me will tell you that. Past, present, or future. Young or old. I'm a consistent human being. I am. And so I need you to give me feedback. You know, like I said, you don't have to purchase anything, but I need your words. I need what you think. I need that so that I can make something good for you, for us, for we. You understand? And I still left the Cash App up, everybody. People have been, and you can still donate to the Cash App if you wish, at your prerogative. I need you to also go to that campaign and tell me your feedback. Now, I've spoken at length about one of the things that itches my ass. It's a multiplex issue for me. That's why I've done so many pieces on it. Even in fact, on my big channel, one of my earliest videos was called Judaism and Zionism, I think. I may have titled it The Difference Between, because the hardest thing for me doing this is to name a damn video. I can't reduce me to a title. I just don't have that. I don't have it. So that's why I've always told my audience, you just have to watch anything I put out and just kind of ignore the title, because whatever I put in the title is what I'm here to address, but I could go anywhere, you know. But to this issue, I have addressed it. And then I've also been perplexed and upset by it because of the it slams you in the face. You know, every day we turn around, somebody's being called anti-Semitic by people who, by my definition, are not Semitic. And forget my definition, who are not Semitic, by definition, are not Semitic, but are always the ones screaming anti-Semitic. Somebody has to step down, somebody was fired, somebody lost their job, somebody did whatever because they did something that was anti-Semitic, and they had to retract and recant, and they had to apologize. And I'm just over it, you know? And it's for the pettiest thing. You could almost see it if it was like, you know, like with the Asians, they're being pushed down. You're like, okay, we see something's happening there. But you can make some little small statement and you go, I didn't hear anything in that would have been anti-anybody. And then they're bitching about it. And then the irrefutable knowledge that indeed these are not Semitic people, they can't be by any definition, and that they have inserted themselves in a place that is indeed our throne. We are the Israelites. We are the Bnei Israel, as we are known as in the Quran. We are the ones spoken of in Torah. It's us. It's us. Damn it, it's us. And so, as you know, a couple weeks ago, shout out to Jules Suber. As you know, a couple weeks ago, I decided I'd get on the phone and just call a synagogue, see what's going on. That video is here. You'll have to go back and watch that. Today, what I'm going to present is the follow-up call to that. Now, when I last spoke with this rabbi, oh my God, thunder. We're going to artificial light, y'all, because I'm deathly afraid of thunder and lightning. I don't play around. Let's just hope we don't have a power out. Since I was a kid, I don't play with thunder and lightning, homie. I don't do that. Because I thought I heard a rumbling like a little while ago, and I just like went on talking like I don't hear that, but I just heard it now. Game plan. Um, so I had called this rabbi, and when we last spoke, I had ended with him, and I got a little bit of delay here. Wait, John. Wait now. So when we last spoke, he said to me when I asked him, how do people from Europe define themselves as Semitic? And he first had said, well, only the Jews from Europe are Semitic. And I act like I didn't hear it, and he went on, and then later in the conversation, he came and revisited it and said, well, he would get back to me on that because he didn't want to tell me anything was wrong. So we spoke today, and that's what you're going to hear, and I need to turn the air off so you can hear it clearly. Blood of Jesus. Okay. All right. You didn't miss nothing, Cass. I'm just getting started with the main event. So that's what we're going to hear now, everybody, is this phone call um, with myself and this rabbi, as it were. What is that? Ignore it. Ignore it. All right. First, I'm going to start playing it, and then I'm going to ask you if you could hear it. Yeah. But I got to turn. Because I'm on. I have to look at you here. Rabbi is and I still had the frog in my throat, so just forgive my voice. But first, I'm gonna play it a little bit, and then you're gonna tell me that you can hear it okay and everything like that, right? So let's go. Yeah, I appreciate you being so gracious. What I was trying to understand, Rabbi, is and forgive my voice. I'm a little. My voice has just failed me now. But is your last name is. And I was trying to understand the when the Europeans, from German, Poland. You guys aren't talking to me. Can you hear it? Can y'all hear? Talk to me. Are y'all there? Let a brother know. Jewel, appreciate you. Hush Harbor, link 1111. Okay, all right. Was y'all in a trance or something? Don't let me have to come out. Don't. I will show up at your house. Look outside. This is just a video. I could be outside your house right now. All right. So now, all right. Oh, we heard it. Fine, Jedi. Real Reliable Andrew. Shout out to you. That's a new name. All right, now, so we're going to start it again, and let's begin.
I appreciate you being so gracious. What I was trying to understand, Rabbi, is, and forgive my voice, my voice has just failed me now, but, is, your last name is, and I was trying to understand when the Europeans, from German, Poland, and just whatever, how do they define themselves as Semitic, Rabbi? This is what I was trying to understand, because what prompted me was you always hear, someone, they have to recant or apologize. I think I shared with you the story of Helen Thomas and things like that. For being anti-Semitic, someone will say something that's anti-Semitic. I saw a gentleman, he was the Pakistani ambassador being interviewed by foreign television, and the young lady, at one point, they were asking the question of how is the perception of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, why is the perception to the public what it is, something along that line of questioning, and his answer was, well, they own the media, and he was going to go on, and she said, that's an anti-Semitic trope. I didn't understand how. So I said, I need to talk to somebody. I need to find out, because I don't know, and see what's going on. And if this is what I'm trying to understand. So how do they define Semitic? Who is Semitic? That's what I think I'm trying to understand. But you see, there are various issues involved here, okay? Mm-hmm. For instance, what that person was trying to do, they were trying to say that the Jews own all of the media. Can I stop you there, Rabbi? Sure. So, is that a true statement? I'm sure there are Jews who do own newspapers and do own television stations or whatever. Like, for instance, if let's say I owned a farm, and somebody says it's a farm, if that's true, why educate me, Rabbi? Because what happens is, and what has happened for many years, and so
Now, just for the laymen who don't know me and don't know how I do anything, and I explained it very eloquently in the first video that I did about this when I made the first call, I am playing dumb. I don't want to come with like I know anything, because I need to be able to extract from him whatever his truth is, whatever he thinks it is, or whatever they're representing. You understand? So this is why you hear me, and I'm also trying to be overly respectful so that he doesn't feel any sense of contest or anything like that. He knows he's speaking to a black man and a Muslim. And, so just to put it in context for you. So just hear it now. We'll go on.
Today is that people mistake wealthy Jews, okay, because Jews have been successful. Yes. They work hard. Yes. There are some Jews who aren't successful, but there are Jews who are successful. Right. And they tend to lump them all in one category and say, oh, you see, the Jews control the media. That's not true. The Jews do not control the media. And so when that person said that, or was going to say that, and they were just being anti-Semitic, it's basically anti-Jewish, trying to lump all of the wealthy Jews together as this controlling group above countries and everything else that's trying to control and manipulate everything, which is simply not true. So that becomes anti-Semitic by saying that. Yeah. So that the insinuation is not meant to be as a compliment. No. Is that what I understand? Yeah. Like they're saying, oh, those damn Jews, those evil people own it, as opposed to, because I think it would be a great thing if my experience with the Jewish community has always been fantastic. I've done business with the Jewish community and all of that. So I would look to them before I would look to somebody else, quite frankly.
Now, you want to offer something so that he absolutely understands he is talking to someone who is not here to push you. I'm on a fact-finding mission. I know the answers to all of this. My whole purpose for doing this is so that you could be able to hear it out of the mouths of babes, as they say, but for all of us to hear what is in the minds of these people, because you have an international event that's been going on for many decades now with this Israeli-Palestinian thing. You understand? That is Palestinian land. I have a stake in it because I'm an oppressed person. I have a stake in it because I'm also a Muslim. But Palestine isn't just made of Muslims. There are Christians as well. You understand? And people of no faith and all those things. You understand? But overarching it all is just, I don't like anything that's wrong and unjust. That's when you get my ass hair, is when you do, if I see unrighteousness or injustice, that's when it comes out of me. That's when I get worked up. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what sets my ass on fire. So this is part of it, to see what is in the minds of these damn people, but to be able to prove my proclamations to you that I've made to you over the years about this entire issue. And now I have a source. You understand? So understand the context. I'll take it back a little bit just for context and we'll go on.
Say I own a farm, and somebody says a farm. If that's true, why educate me, Rabbi? Because what happens is, and what has happened for many years and still happens today, is that people mistake wealthy Jews, okay, because Jews have been successful. Yes. They work hard. Yes. There are some Jews who aren't successful, but there are Jews who are successful. Right. And they tend to lump them all in one category and say, oh, you see, the Jews control the media. That's not true. The Jews do not control the media.
He's in traffic and everything.
When that person said that, or was going to say that, and they were accused of being anti-Semitic, it's basically anti-Jewish, trying to lump all of the wealthy Jews together as this controlling group above countries and everything else. That's trying to control and manipulate everything, which is simply not true. So that becomes anti-Semitic by saying that. Yeah. So that the insinuation is not meant to be as a compliment. No. Is that what I understand? Like they're saying, oh, those damn Jews, those evil people own it, as opposed to, because I think it would be a great thing if my experience with the Jewish community has always been fantastic. I've done business with the Jewish community and all of that. So I would look to them before I would look to somebody else, quite frankly. Correct. But it has been skewed and skewered in a way to make it seem like there's this Jewish elite who control Soros. That guy Soros, who's a billionaire, whatever. Yeah. Jeff Soros. Yeah. He controlled. There is that faction who believes that. I don't think they really even believe it, but they say it. Oh, Jeff Soros, he controls everything. Right. Which is not true. But if you say a lie enough, there are those people out there who will believe it. The election was stolen. Right. The election was not stolen. But you said it loud enough and often enough, there is that segment of people who will believe it. Yes. And so that's how it grows and that's how it spreads. And it's very difficult to combat that. Because how are you going to do it that's not true? Right. It's hard. Yeah. Yes. So how then now, when they're saying you're anti-Semitic, educate me on who is Semitic, what is Semitic? I've looked up the word and all that stuff, but How do the people, how is the community defining that? The simplest explanation is anti-Jewish. Okay. It goes back to Semites. The Jewish population began in biblical times, and through the year 70 AD in the Middle East. Where Middle Easterners, that's where our people grew up. That's where our holy temples were, the first one and the second one. Right. The first one destroyed in 586 BC, the second destroyed in the year 70 CE. And it was the destruction of the temples that dispersed our people all over the globe because our homeland was no longer our homeland. Right.
So it was the destruction of the temple that dispersed them everywhere. Unlike us being taken in the bellies of ships, and I'll get into it.
But it was always our homeland in our prayers and in our dreams and in our history. Okay?
It was always our homeland in our prayers and in our dreams. And then he adds, and in our history.
So as this community spread all over the world, anti-Semitism also spread around the world because you had these homeless people, homelandless people all over the world, and people were saying, "What are you doing here? Go back to your homeland." Well, we have no homeland, so we have here. I mean, my father was born in Russia or in Eastern Europe in the mid-19 teens, 1915 or so.
His father. You see? I'm not hearing anything Africa. Or we're going to get into language. Just shut up, Jedi. Shut up, Jedi. Shut up.
Okay. And his family, when he was very young, most of his mother's family immigrated to America. They came to Homestead, Pennsylvania. But his family, his mother and father, and himself and his two sisters, they went to Palestine because that was the homeland. They went to Palestine until his mother took ill.
But whoever he said, his mother went to Palestine, to the homeland. But says who? Says who?
And they left the homeland and they came to America. Now, so that's how, but then thank God in 1948, actually in 47, the United Nations said, you know what? There should be two states. There should be Israel and there should be Palestine in 1947. Right. Unfortunately, when Israel declared its independence in May of 1948, they were attacked by 5 Arab states.
They were attacked by 5 Arab states. I have to punctuate that because you heard me rant and bitch in the past in earlier, attacks at this issue. I've said, why don't the Muslim countries in the region, or just the Arab countries, quite frankly, why don't they just get rid of these fucking people? You understand? Like, why does Palestine have to fight this by themselves? You understand? But there's a history that they have stood up for them, and we can get into how they've been seduced and but anyways, I'm really trying to shut up and just let it play, and then I can make my points after. But some things I just have to jump in for, and that's one of them. The United Nations decided there should just be 2 states. So I'm sitting here doing a YouTube video right now, and somebody just decided I should have a roommate in my 1-bedroom apartment. I should just have that. And so they're moving in right now. So that's fine. I doubt it. I would have a knife and some hot grits.
So there was no Palestinian state at that time, and still to this day, really.
Got to go back to hear that again. The United Nations decided there should be. He already said his father's mother went to Palestine. He said the name Palestine. So that means there was a place called Palestine. And then he just said that the United Nations decided there should be 2 states. Then he then just says, so it wasn't even a Palestine yet, or there was. Here, don't take my word.
His family, his mother and father, and himself and his two sisters, they went to Palestine because that was the homeland. They went to Palestine until his mother took ill, and they left the homeland, and they came to America. Now, so it's, so that's how. But then, thank God, in 1948, in 1947, the United Nations said, you know what? There should be two states. There should be Israel.
You know what? Just out of my ass, there should be two states. There should be Israel. We just said Israel.
There should be Palestine in 1947. Right. Unfortunately, when Israel declared its independence in May of 1948, they were attacked by 5 Arab states. So there was no Palestinian state at that time, and still to this day, really. Right. It's a shame. Yes.
So there was no Palestinian state, and still isn't today. He just said it. You heard it with your own ears. Wonder how the Palestinians feel about that are in Palestine right now. It's like it's like as if my landlord was outside of my apartment. I heard him saying, nobody lives in this apartment right now. I'd be like, because bitch, I'm in here with all my shit. This is essentially the same thing. Go back just a skosh, Jedi, for context, and go on.
The United Nations said, you know what? There should be two states. There should be Israel, and there should be Palestine in 1947. Right. Unfortunately, when Israel declared its independence in May of 1948, they were attacked by 5 Arab states. So there was no Palestinian state at that time, and still to this day, really. Right. It's a shame. Yes. That's anti-Semitism is anti-Jewish, and it goes back to the Jewish roots in the Middle East. And I think I join you then, if I hear you correctly, Rabbi, that do I understand that to say something is anti-Jewish is probably more proper than Semitic, because if I understand, so that every Jewish person is not Semitic, do I understand? Well, I would say that every Jew is Semitic in their genealogy, because all of their family histories go back to ancient Israel, except for those who have converted. But those who have converted have accepted that, okay? Help me understand the conversion. What do you mean by that? Well, a non-Jewish person can convert to Judaism, can become Jewish. Follow the faith.
And what have I told you a million times? I said, we have no issue. Anybody can become a Jew and follow. You can go and follow Torah, and that's fine. No issue. But that does not make you Semitic. That does not make you Semitic. Anybody can go and join the Jewish faith right now, period. But that does not make you Semitic. But he's talking about, the conversion, and everybody's Semitic. I'll go back a skosh so that I don't ruin your context for you. I'm just holding my words right now, but go on.
All their family histories go back to ancient Israel,
but they don't, because there was no place on planet Earth known as Israel before 1948. That is a historical fact. That is a historical fact. Or to put it in my widest voice, that is historical fact. It's historical. That is historical. Before 1948, there was no place on Earth known as Israel. That is historical. I think it just threw out my larynx. I threw it out. All right.
Those who have converted, but those who have converted have accepted that, okay? Help me understand the conversion. What do you mean by that? Well, a non-Jewish person can convert to Judaism, can become Jewish. Follow the faith. Correct. Right. So there's a process, but, so I suppose someone can say, well, they're not, really Semitic because...
See? You see the pause? I can't hold it, y'all, now. They would say because he's got to say Semitic. It's the overarching point I've been making on this issue. Once you ask the Semite question, all this their house of cards goes straight to hell. The moment you ask the Semitic question, don't let nobody tell you shit is anti-Semitic. Don't. They always tell me we played a race card, bitch, you holding the whole deck. You understand? And they're playing the damn Semite card. And they don't even have the cards to play them.
Except for those who have converted. But those who have converted have accepted that, okay? And help me understand the conversion. What do you mean by that? Well, a non-Jewish person can convert to Judaism.
That's why I asked him the question. When you say conversion, what do you mean by that? Because I'm understanding that this is where he's going with this ridiculousness. And I'm almost hoping against hope that he's just going to give me that first part of the answer, that anybody can just become part of, the Jewish faith. That's fine. But not go on to say that then they're Semitic, that you just become Semitic. Look, I'm Semitic. I wasn't yesterday, but today I joined the synagogue and suddenly I'm Semitic. Look, I'm Semitic now. I watched a rerun of Oprah yesterday, everybody. So it turns out I'm part of OWN now. I'm getting a show. I'm getting a show now because I watched an Oprah show. That's the way it works. So when you finish watching this live stream, I want you to just go walk past the bank today and you just get money because you walked past the bank. You'll have an account. You will. Because that's how it happens, apparently. According to the Rabbi. Go back just as Ghost Jedi and go on.
Well, I would say that every Jew is Semitic in their genealogy because all of their family histories go back to ancient Israel, because except for those who have converted, but those who have converted have accepted that, okay? And help me understand the conversion. What do you mean by that? Well, a non-Jewish person can convert to Judaism, can become Jewish. Follow the faith. Correct. Right. So there's a process, but, so I suppose someone can say, well, they're not, really Semitic because they converted. On the other hand,
really.
the process that they go through has them accept that they are Jewish. Right. And they are part of the community.
That was interesting because he said, they go through the process. He said that more than once. And I didn't press him on it, but I'm going to infer now that we're seeing the fruition of that. I think I've experienced this because when you talk to most of these people, they do speak as though they are somehow this authentic thing. And it's like, bitch, you weren't born you're not born that. You don't just be born Jewish. You're not born it. There's no Jewish gene. Now, there's a Semite bloodline of which we're part of. You understand? But apparently there's some indoctrination that they go on that, because I already told you, I brought you videos and video and article and everything on Cynthia McKinney, who has been outright telling us that the moment she wouldn't sign the pledge to Israel, her run for, because she used to be in the Congress, all of her political shit went straight to hell. She wouldn't sign the pledge. You can't be a part of city government, state government, federal government. You're not going to be part of any of that unless you sign your ass to the state of Israel. So there's this whole, you come into it. So it's more than you just coming to the mosque and becoming a Muslim. They want you to be okay, now you're this now. That's what I infer from that. You're going to tell me what you think about it. But that's what my black ears hear and my black ass. Really Semitic because they converted. On the other hand, the process that they go through has them accept that they are Jewish. Right. And they are part of the community, and they are affected by those things because they would be affected if someone said something anti-Semitic. They would take that as being against who they are. Against who they are. That's where our problem comes in. That's why you always have some white bitch that's not probably can't spell Semitic, yelling that that something's anti-Semitic. That's what that process is. That you'll now defend this bullshit, the lie. You'll defend the lie so that we remain these fictional group of holy people. We don't have no issue with nobody being Jewish. Like I've told you guys a billion times, the Muslim, we consider the Orthodox Jew, the righteous Jew, to be our cousin. They say we are their cousin. We say they are our cousin. Our faiths are like this. There's no better people on the earth than real Orthodox Jews and real Muslims. You want real good people, quality friends, quality business, whatever you're going to do, that's the people you want to deal with. That's 100%. But this is a different issue.
I've accepted that, okay? And help me understand the conversion. What do you mean by that? Well, a non-Jewish person can convert to Judaism, can become Jewish. Or follow the faith. Correct. Right. So there's a process, but, so I suppose someone could say, well, they're not, really Semitic because they're converted. On the other hand, the process that they go through has them accept that they are Jewish. Right. And they are part of the community, and they are affected by those things because they would feel that they would be affected if someone said something anti-Semitic. They would take that as being against who they are also because they joined the community. Right. But they themselves, the individual, biologically is not Semitic, but that you don't. I understand you. Like if it's your family, you protect your family. Like this. You're talking about my family. You're talking about my mother. And the person saying that doesn't know that they've converted. They just assume that they're Jewish from birth, whatever, and so it becomes part of who they are. Correct. Yes. Now help me.
Now, just so you understand the exchange there. So I got him to admit we already know what I'm telling you. And that is, so you already talking about they go through the process and they accept they're part of the community and all that, but that person is not Semitic though, right? You understand that, feel me? He's like, right, but but they take on, the community and blah blah blah, and so then I offered something back to him and said, yeah, I could understand that point because it's like you're defending your family, you're talking about my mother, so I could understand that, and you see, it's a give and take to mine for what it is that I want. You understand? You gotta get it.
Understand this? What is like if it's your family, you protect your family. Like this. You're talking about my family. You're talking about my mother. And the person saying that doesn't know that they've converted. They just assume that they're Jewish from birth, whatever.
In other words, he's saying that the person saying something is really looking at this person properly. Like, you're not no damn Jew, so you need to. But he's saying no because they've made it so that it's represented. They're just going to infer Semite. You understand? So when you see the person, he just said it. Like the person that's saying it doesn't know that they've converted. Or assumes they've converted, that they're not the genuine article, in other words, just to translate it for you.
Because they joined the community. Right. But they themselves, the individual, biologically is not Semitic, but that you don't. I understand you. Like if it's your family, you protect your family. Like this. You're talking about my family. You're talking about my mother. And the person saying that doesn't know that they've converted. They just assume that they're Jewish from birth, whatever, and so it becomes part of who they are. Correct. Yes. Now help me understand this. What is? I thought you didn't have a lot of time. If you just indulge me, Rabbi, I promise. This is a joke. I thank you so much. If you will allow me, I would love if you could help me to understand what is the difference between the Jewish person and the Zionist. Why do I see what I understand to be Jewish people or Zionists attacking Jewish people? What?
Now, just so you know where I've been on this, I've always defended Orthodox Jews. I've told you that they're our cousin, we're their cousin. I've told you Bernie Sanders is an Orthodox Jew. That's the dude. You see his character is vastly different than anybody else you know on goddamn Capitol Hill. Anybody. Anybody. Because that's an Orthodox Jew. But I have said to you, you don't know any Orthodox Jews. All you know are Zionists. And the people you see yakking is the Zionist. So that's why I wanted to go down this line of questioning, because I want to understand from him now, what is this Zionist thing? From his whatever vomit closet.
Now help me understand this. What is I thought you didn't have a lot of time. If you just indulge me, Rabbi, I promise I'll. This is a joke. This is a joke. I thank you so much. If you will allow me, I would love if you could help to understand what is the difference between the Jewish person and the Zionist. Why do I see what I understand to be Jewish people or Zionists attacking Jewish people? What's that divide? What's going on? Well, the Zionist movement began in the 1800s. Theodore Herzl in the 1800s was the first person.
Theodore Herzl, in case you didn't hear it because of the technology. Theodore Herzl is the father of Zionism.
To really speak out very publicly and to organize Zionist organizations to reclaim the homeland. What is Zionist? What is that term? What does that mean? Zionism means the Zion, Z-I-O-N, is a translation of the Hebrew word for Zion, which is the homeland, Zion. Zionism was the movement that began in the 1800s to reclaim our homeland. Okay. We've been without a homeland since the year 70, and the Zionist movement was a movement to politically, however to go about it, to resettle the land, and Jews are going back.
To politically do. Hear that, my people. To politically do. That's so key. I need you to understand, because that's the nucleus. That's it. That's it. That's it. To politically. This is the difference. He's not going to tell you this, so you won't hear it from the Jedi. I know this already, but it is so valuable to hear it come out of the horse's mouth. I brought you, I showed you a sea of Orthodox Jews, 2009-ish. The event took place when Obama was president. Out on the National Mall, thousands of them, some huge rally denouncing the state of Israel, denouncing the flag, denouncing Zionism, denounce. They don't get into politics. You understand? They don't do that. And instead of them being a part of elected leadership and government to get the will of the people to forward any said agenda, it's a take by way of political power. And Zionism was set up to do that. That's why you had their fingers and tentacles and everything. The United Nations didn't just wake up and go, wait, there needs to be two states. I think it should be Israel and Palestine. That didn't come out of a puff of dust. That came from somewhere. There's a structure involved in this whole. That's why you can't be in politics unless you sign the fucking thing to Israel. That's why Cynthia McKinney was blacklisted. And down the list I will go. Because I want you to, from this day forward, think of Zionism as the political structure, the framework, the the infrastructure of evil, that it is not Judaism, it is not holy. I'll elaborate more, but let me just shut up and try and finish.
What was then
Just,
the Middle East, and there were lots of different names for it. It wasn't
just a second.
Zionist organizations to reclaim the homeland. What is Zionist? What is that term? What does that mean? Zionism means the Zion, Z-I-O-N, is a translation of the Hebrew word for Zion, which is the homeland, Zion. Zionism was the movement that began in the 1800s to reclaim our homeland. We've been without a homeland since the year 70, and the Zionist movement was a movement to politically, however to go about it, to resettle the land, and Jews started going back to what was then the Middle East. There were lots of different names for it. It wasn't, you can say Palestine, whatever that area was called. The Ottoman Empire, there were lots of different names for it, of course. But to reclaim that land as our own land, that's the Zionist movement. As a kid, my brothers and I went to the Zionist summer camp. And that was a summer camp that we spoke a lot of Hebrew, we did Israeli dancing, we did all those things in order to, which my parents and grandparents also supported, because that was part of the movement across the Jewish community.
Part of the movement across the Jewish community. In other words, let's send these kids to camp, because you're not a fucking Semite. You're not from any region of the world that's holy. No book's ever been sent to you. So quick, let's send you to camp so you can learn a little bit of Hebrew. You'll turn that probably into some Yiddish or something like that. Later, he's going to ask him how they get their damn names, Steinberg and Goldberg and Feinstein. But and do the Israeli dances, and what they're essentially doing is we're going to create an articulation of what we say is Jewish. What they've really done is taken, vanquished the Israelite, us melanated beautiful people. They've vanquished us now. Now we need to set up our camps and set up an identity. And what's going to be our branding? Bob, what you got? That's what this is, everybody. That's what it is. Hear it now. Hear it, hear it, hear it.
To move back to and reclaim our homeland, which culminated in 1947, 1948, where we, through the United Nations, moved ahead by the Holocaust and what happened in World War II, where the world said, the Jews need a homeland. You might not know this, but at one point there was something called the Uganda Plan, where they were going to take part of or get part of the country of Uganda.
See how he said take and corrected himself, said get? The Jedi listens. You understand? That's why when you see my opener, everybody, or you see on my channel, it says the Jedi speaks. I tell you, there's a reason why I do everything on Earth. And one of the things that I'm very good at is listening. Alhamdulillah. May I never lose my hearing and my ability. But I'm a listener. This is one of the ways you gather knowledge, is you have to know when to shut up and listen. Do you understand? This is one of the pathways to knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So it's a slight thing, but I'm listening to every word he's saying. And so when he's talking about now, it was going to be the Uganda, whatever. Then he says, Anjane, I see you, before it vanished. He says they were going to get, or they were going to take or get. You see? Because now you're just going to march over there and just take their shit too. This is just a taking ass people. You feel me? I'm not mad for you to even have a state, but go find some. I'm sure there's some fucking land in Arizona that ain't nobody using. Take your bitch ass there.
Which culminated in 1947, 1948.
Hear this.
Where we, through the United Nations, moved ahead by the Holocaust and what happened in World War II, where the world said, the Jews need a homeland.
The world said.
Know this, but at one point,
the world said. Nobody said anything. And why Helen Thomas's career was over in 5 minutes, literally, is because she dared to say nobody's persecuting them in Poland and Germany now. Why don't they just go back to where they came from? Like, it's not on no more. Ain't nobody checking for them. And her career was over that moment. That, not like in a couple weeks, or is there going to be a stir and we don't know. That moment the bitch career was over. Helen Thomas, old white lady, bent over, big nose, very unattractive, but she was the head of that White House press corps through many presidents. And in that, her career was over because of this shit. That's why this issue matters to me, because they weaponize it, as the alphabet people like to say. You're weaponizing. You know. Where's my flash? Send somebody in to fan me. Do it now. All right. Hear this now.
Because that was part of the movement across the Jewish community to move back to and reclaim our homeland, which culminated in 1947, 1948, where we, through the United Nations, moved ahead by the Holocaust that would happen in World War II, where the world said, the Jews need a homeland. You might not know this, but at one point there was something called the Uganda Plan, where they were going to take part of or get part of the country of Uganda, which was not our homeland. Right. But that was a plan at one time, the Uganda Plan. Oh, wow. Which didn't work out.
Look at me playing dumb. Oh, wow. I know that shit, bitch. Oh, wow.
Eventually, the United Nations said, no, we're going to agree. And England was in charge of that land at that time, after World War I, I believe. And they gave that land back to, as Israel, as a homeland for the Jewish people. So Zionism is the movement to reclaim and redevelop our homeland. Now, I would say 95% of the Jewish community, from the non-religious to much of the religious community, accept Zionism as an important part. There is a very small part of the very, very religious who claim that no, only God, only the Messiah can reestablish our country. And until the Messiah comes and reestablishes our country, that's not our homeland. But that's a very, very minute part of the Jewish community in general.
Not true. Those thousands and thousands that I told you were denouncing and rejecting and denying. You really can't call yourself a devout Orthodox Jew or devout anything if you're not following that to the letter. Anything you're going to do, you're either that or you're not. You understand what I'm telling you? So you cannot be a devout Orthodox Jew and be in support of a state because their own tenets say that's not allowed. Even if there was just another planet and they go, look, nobody's using it, you guys can totally have it. They're not allowed according to to religious law. So that 90% he's talking about, that's not what I do. What I don't ever ask him is, where are you at on all of this? Are you a Zionist? But he's kind of revealed it to me by his answer. But the fact of the matter is, it goes back to what I've told you before. You don't know any Orthodox Jews. So when you hear about, who this person owns whatever, and this person owns, and they own, and they own, and they own, and they run the media, and they run this. These are not Orthodox people. These are Zionists, and there's a difference. And that's what I'm trying to extract from him in his own language, though, not my telling of it. I want whatever his vomit is to be that. So I'm trying to communicate to you.
So I would say 95% of the Jewish community,
of the Zionists,
the non-religious to much of
90% of the non-religious, of course, they're not religious. There you had what's her name? Deborah Messing, she plays Grace on Will and Grace, and she gonna tell you she's Jewish. No Jew, no Orthodox Jewish woman would be playing a character on a show. Certainly not. You're supposed to be in love with some gay man. That's just not going down. Either would you see the Muslim in something like that. Zionist, you understand? Like, this will say it the best, and I'll shut up and go on, so that I can make my point clearer to those who maybe just still aren't getting what delineation I'm making. Zionism is to Judaism what the Nation of Islam is to Islam. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy and everyone who voted. Thank you. Thank you. Because they are not Muslims. They are not Muslims. That doesn't make them bad people, and I'm not equating them with the Zionist. But in their position next to a faith, they are twin sisters. Zionism is not Judaism, no matter what he or anybody else is going to say. And the Nation of Islam is not Islam, period. Now, shut up, Jedi.
Religious community accept Zionism as an important part. There is a very small part of the very, very religious who claim that no, only God, only the Messiah can reestablish our country. And until the Messiah comes and reestablishes our country, that's not our homeland. But that's a very, very minute part of the Jewish community in general. Is the Zionist faction? I don't know that I would call them anti-Zionists, but they don't accept Israel as their homeland. They're waiting for the Messiah to come.
Those are the real Jews. Those are my cousins that he just described. They're doing what God really wants. So I'm hearing something. I'm gonna let this go.
I heard what's the young lady, Megan McCain, one of their conversations one day on The View, she was saying, I support Zionism. I consider myself a Zionist. There was the word again, and I thought, what does that mean? And is there a difference? Is there an orthodoxy, like the devout Orthodox Jew, and then the Zionist, or are you saying they're the same, but just that the Zionist is more of the battle fighter? I'll just use that term for just conversation to help my point. I'm just trying to say that they were the like you said, they were the ones that were most passionate about establishing and preserving the state of Israel. So, where's the divide, or is there one? There really isn't a divide. There are Zionists of non-religious. I wouldn't go all the way to anti-religious, but non-religious. Right. Non-religious Jews. The camps that I went to were not really religious. On the other hand, there were religious Zionists, and there are religious Zionists. It depends on your political perspective, but again, the vast majority of Jews across the landscape are Zionists, or support Israel. Now, that doesn't mean that they support every single thing that Israel does or stands for. Of course not. The general just like in this country, we don't support everything. Right. In Israel, too, it's a vibrant democracy. Vibrant. And goes across from far left to far right. And I would say 99% of the Jewish community supports Israel. Yes. Or Zionists would call themselves pro-Israel, pro-Zionist in that way. And, I think that's the most essential thing. There's a very small, as I said before, very small group on the very far right that's waiting for the Messiah to return to declare that the state is back. But tiny percentage. Right. Yeah. Wow. Fascinating. Very fascinating. Now, Abdullah, I must say that I tried to look up your organization, and I could not find it. We just barely, we're forming, we're not, haven't, it's kind of a patchwork right now, Rabbi. Okay, that's fine. But I think we're going to do something really fantastic once we're able to come to fruition. You know, we're just trying to better the condition of African people.
Because I told him before, when I very first made the first call, I represented myself as the that I was a member of the Black Independence Liberation League, that's who I am, and that we were just reaching out to educate myself about, you know, with everything that's breaking out in Palestine and all of that, but that wasn't my end or my pursuit, that I wanted to understand what I'm understanding, the stuff that you hear me asking. So that's where that conversation comes from. So he was bringing that up, that he tried to look for the organization. I'm letting him know, no, we're still just getting off the ground. It's just kind of a patchwork, and don't look over there. Look, focus on something else. You never saw me. I was never here. Burn the phone after listening.
In this nation, you know, through good works and spirituality and things like that. But I have had a very good relationship with, in fact, we consider, as Muslims, we consider the Jews our cousin. We say they are our cousin because I pray in your synagogues, you know, and they've come and prayed in our mosques. We have a long brotherhood going back many centuries. And so I didn't understand.
What I'm really saying to him there, I'm really trying to leave an imprint, because that is the truth, what I'm saying to him. But he ain't part of that. I'm basically saying to him, without saying it directly, I'm saying to him, it's as if I said to him, well, you know, as a Muslim, you know, I know Orthodox Jews, and I know how they really move. And our friendship, you know, our relationship goes back, you know, many centuries and blah, 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 blah. I'm really saying that in a whoop-de-woo, but this is how you do it this way. Do you understand? I'm also trying to share a skill set with you as I'm sharing this information with you, my people. It's the whole thing. I need you to really receive what I'm trying to put down. I'm trying to put it down. Now, so hear that.
I could not find it. We just barely, we're forming, we're not, it's kind of a patchwork right now, Rabbi. Okay, that's fine. But I think we're going to do something really fantastic once we're able to come to fruition. You know, we're just trying to better the condition of African people in this nation, you know, through good works and spirituality and things like that. But I have had a very good relationship with, in fact, we consider, as Muslims, we consider the Jews our cousin. We say they are our cousin because I pray in your synagogues, you know, and they've come and prayed in our mosques. We have a long brotherhood going back many centuries. And so I didn't understand what is going on. What is all this noise I'm hearing? What is the conflict? I don't. And when they say, for instance, like, you know, in entertainment, there's usually, I don't even know where you all's names really originate. You know, like you mentioned the man that started Zionism. You said his name. I can't remember. Like Herzl, Goldberg, Einstein. Well, those are mostly translations of Hebrew names that then came to Europe. And even more so, Hebrew names that came to Europe and then came to this country. And then people's names were changed at Ellis Island because whoever the person was standing at the desk as they were coming through, he didn't understand Hebrew names. He or she didn't understand Hebrew names. So they would reconstruct a last name to sound more American.
Just a second, Your Honor. I'd like to present the witness's previous testimony. Rabbi, did you not say in your testimony under direct examination that the world decided, that was your language, that the world decided that the Jews need a homeland? And why now, I ask my witness on redirect, why would you need to be changing your names at Ellis Island, no less, to sound more American since you were so accepted and sympathized by the entire world since 1941?
And so that's how, my name is R.E. I have friends that are R-E-Z-N-I-K. Because R-E-Z-N-I-K is a literal translation of...
I failed, but I tried to edit out, his name and stuff like that. I'm trying to be, we just want the information. Like, I'm trying to leave him anonymous for the most part.
The Hebrew resident. So the last names, they're translations of translations of translation. Right. An uncle of mine, last name was Shevitz, but his brother changed it to Sherwin. Wow. So they were first cousins. Some are Sherwins, some are Shevitzes.
And if you go back and watch my 9/11 video, the best 9/11 video ever done by anybody, and specifically done for African people, and I was one of the only people that why I did that video 1,000 years ago, it's here on the channel, is because of all the 9/11 videos that I saw out there. I didn't see nobody black speaking about it from a black point of view and telling us specifically. And I tie that to the JFK assassination. I take you from the JFK assassination through 9/11. It is one of my most masterful pieces of work. I produced that video over the course of 2 weeks. You even see me go through wardrobe changes in the damn video because it was a undertaking like no other. But why I cite it is because I just lost my train of thought. All knowledge is with Allah. Because he's going to let me remember.
N-I-K is a literal translation of the Hebrew.
All knowledge is with Allah, alhamdulillah. Because at one point in that video, all knowledge is with Allah. Because at one point in that video, I say, there's a segment, and I say this guy, his last name, and it was Wilson or something like that. And I said, I went ahead and just did a search to see if that was a Jewish surname in any type of way. I did a Google search, and sure enough, it was. And you'll see me prove that in the video and all of it. But this now explains that. Again, I always tell you about having a piece of a puzzle, why you have to fill yourself up with knowledge, because sometimes you have pieces of puzzle and you don't know you're holding a piece. And you go, oh my God, my piece fits that. This is one of those moments. My piece fits that. You understand? It's a translation of a translation of a translation. So you talk to somebody, you thinking they just Joe White dude, and they're really part of this Zionist network. Everybody is not Goldstein and Goldberg. You feel me? I hope you're picking up what I'm trying to put down, everybody.
Names that came to Europe and then came to this country. And then people's names were changed at Ellis Island. Because whoever the person was standing at the desk as they were coming through, he didn't understand Hebrew names. He or she didn't understand Hebrew names. So they would reconstruct a last name to sound more American. And so that's how, my name is R.E. I have friends that are R-E-Z-N-I-K. Because R-E-Z-N-I-K is a literal translation of the Hebrew resident. So the last names, they're translations of translations of translation. Right. An uncle of mine, last name was Shevitz, but his brother changed it to Sherwin. Wow. So they were first cousins. Some are Sherwins, some are Shevitzes. Oh my God. That's which Exactly. So that's what goes. So that's what goes on. I mean, in our community, it's a joke because you try to figure out what your name was before you came to Ellis Island. What was it in Europe beforehand? Right. So that's and at a certain level, back in the 20s and 30s, and in the 50s to a certain extent too, people didn't want necessarily their religion to keep them from being able to do certain things in society. There are certain schools that wouldn't accept Jews. Well, if you change your last name, they might not know that you're Jewish when you apply. It'll be easier to get in. Yes. So some of it is due to that also. Yes. What is the relationship with the I guess the European Jew and the
Again, act stupid.
I guess the Ethiopian Jew or any factions that are still in the continent. Is there a relationship there? I'm not an expert on that, so that's what I want to know.
I'm not an expert on that. He just gave me all the way going back to the 1800s and the CE era. Literally, you heard him. And now I ask him about the Ethiopians, and he's not an expert on that. And it gets worse. Wait, his next statement is what?
I'm trying not to say it too long. I will say that I have several friends who are Ethiopian Jews.
Well, that clears it all up then. So there's no problem there. So that we know they're recognized, everybody. So it's settled. So I thank you for watching. And we can all just go home now. So it's all figured out. It's just all fine.
Okay. And most of the Jews of Ethiopia were taken out, I'm going to say in the 1970s, I believe, as were several Middle Eastern Jewish communities. The Yemenite Jews were also taken out of Yemen and brought to Israel. And the same thing with Ethiopian Jews. Were able to move as a group from Ethiopia to Israel, and then some from Israel to the United States. It depends on how they did that. So there is a relationship. There's certainly a relationship with any Jewish community in the state of Israel and other Jewish communities. We reach out to each other and have a connection. Yeah.
And after this stream, you're going to do your homework, everybody. This is your homework. You're going to do a Google search on what is the relationship between Ethiopian Jews. What is the treatment of Ethiopian Jews in Israel? That's your search. That's going to be one of your follow-ups of this piece. If you're interested in knowledge, if you're not interested, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. But if you're someone who's interested in knowledge, that would be your search. You understand? You want to know what you know. Remember, all knowledge is with Allah at all times, at every waking millisecond. You don't know anything, but you seek knowledge. You understand? You seek knowledge. That which you will recall will be allowed by the divine, from your name to a concept to anything else. It all resides with the one at all times. But he doesn't know now because he's not an expert on that, but it's all fine, and it's fine.
As were several Middle Eastern Jewish communities.
I told you there's no such thing as the Middle East, everybody. That is a white construct. There is no such thing as the Middle East. This is right up there with Jesus Christ on a cross and Santa and the Easter Bunny, literally, because it is to support another evil, another lie. Damn it, we have to have this Middle East. Otherwise, all that shit is Africa. Quick, get me something. Middle East. And this fake place called Israel is actually northeast Africa. You cannot argue with geography. And where Allah, the divine, has placed everything and everybody. And to buttress my point home, if there's Middle East, where's Middle North? Where's Middle South? Where's Middle West? Just poof, Middle East. Of what? East of who? South of what? North of what? West of what? Middle East. What? I'd like to buy a valve for 800, Alex. I'm over it. Middle East.
The Yemenite Jews were also taken out of Yemen
Africans.
and brought to Israel. And the same
Northeast
thing
Africa.
with Ethiopian Jews.
Africa.
Were able to move as a group from Ethiopia to Israel, and then some from Israel to the United States. It depends on how they did that. So
How they did that.
there is a relationship. There's certainly a relationship with any Jewish community in the state of Israel and other Jewish communities. We reach out to each other and have a connection. Yes. Are they Semitic? In other words, because in the Arab, if my education is right,
because I don't know anything, and I still have milk behind my ears, and I don't know anything, and I don't know where I'm at.
the Semitic languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and I think there's maybe another one that fails me now. So then would then be that, because a lot of those languages still exist. Semitic languages, yes. I think Aramaic.
That's acknowledgement. But you see, I think he's already given me the entire history of language. I asked how they got their names. Oh, it's a translation of Hebrew names, a translation of a translation of a translation of a, and down the list he went. And all of that. Now I'm at the crux of the it. This is it, homie. This is the G-spot. I'm asking you if these people now are Semitic. I'm prosecuting my questioning on this. I ask you now, are they Semitic? And then I feign like I just can't remember the language. I'm somebody sitting here who speaks Arabic. I feign like I just can't remember the languages, and they fail me, and I don't. Am I in Florida? Are we? Where are we? Is this Arizona? I don't know. Maybe I'm in Vegas at a slot machine. I don't know. And then hear his answer. The unsurety of it is what I want you to listen for.
With any Jewish community in the state of Israel and other Jewish communities, we reach out to each other and have a connection. Yes. Are they Semitic? In other words, because in the Arab, if my education is right, the Semitic languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and I think there's maybe another one that fails me now. So then would then be that, because a lot of those languages still exist. Semitic languages, yes. I think Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, I think all came from that area.
I think all came from that area. But you just told me the great temples and your people from there and all of this, and now you're not only are you unsure of the languages and stutter when you name them, but you don't speak any of them. None of them. None of your people at Ellis Island were coming here as Zechariah or Ibrahim or Musa, Yusuf. These are African names. Muhammad, Abdullah. Do you understand? Not Goldberg and Feinstein. Get out of my face. But he has to struggle to get the names of the languages and the acknowledgement that's there. He doesn't even know what he's telling me.
Israel and other Jewish communities, we reach out to each other and have a connection. Yes. Are they Semitic? In other words, because in the Arab, if my education is right, the Semitic languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic,
I just gave him the answer. So when he names it, he names exactly what I named in the order I named it. Hear it, people.
So then they are within that, because a lot of those languages still exist. Languages, yes. Okay. I think Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, I think
Okay, not the
all
exact order.
came from that area of the world.
I
Right.
think all came from that area of the world. He just said those Semitic languages that came from that part of the world. You just told me about your father coming from Russia and the bullshit. You're
more or less the same time. So there are certain, they're all right to left, not left to right, languages, things of that nature.
just so you understand, I'm a Muslim. I don't know how much he knows about Islam and even Arabic. But in Arabic, we read from right to left and we write from right to left. This left to right shit, that's the white devil. You understand? Arabic is read and written from right to left. Do you understand? That's what he's saying there, as if I don't know, but I'm playing stupid. So he's adding that as a see how, like, as if he's buttoned up the topic, as if he's fully addressed it. Yeah, I just gave him the languages already, and then he names them back to me, only the 3 that I named. You understand? And then he says they're all written right to left, not left to right, blah blah blah. Hear it.
Maybe another one that fails me now. So then they are within that, because a lot of those languages still exist. Languages, yes. I think Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, I think all came from that area of the world, right? At more or less the same time.
At more or less the same time.
There are certain, they're all right to left, not left to right.
They're all right to left, not left to right.
Languages, things of that nature. And there are Aramaic during rabbinic times from like 200 CE to 200 BC to 200 CE.
Now he's giving me CE to BC and BC to CE. But I asked him about the Ethiopians, and it was, you saw the answer I got. I'm not going to relitigate. But now we're back to expert. I'm trying to show you the difference in affirmativeness on one thing, and then this wishy-washy on the other thing. You're supposed to be a expert on this entire fucking thing, dude, because y'all marched into somebody else's fucking house and took their kitchen out and the house. And the very thing that would make you Semitic is the thing that you're fattling on. This is the it. You tell me you're Superman, you don't got a cape, you ain't Superman. That's just what it is. Where your cape at? No cape.
Aramaic, there are many Jewish prayers that are in Aramaic, because the rabbis during the rabbinical time, that was the spoken language of the area, was Aramaic.
He's also informed you, validated something that I've told you a million times. We already know this. We know this. All right. But it's also something valuable for my Christians, because I've said to you that the man that you wrongly call Jesus and the Son of God and the Savior of the world spoke Aramaic. That's a historical fact. The man spoke Aramaic, period. And how we're insinuated in that answer as a people is because when you go back to the Israelites and you go back to Musa, alayhi salam, Moses, of course, then now we're insinuated again. So when he's saying, because those were the only things that, the only languages that Allah has revealed revelation to mankind has been in these 3 Abrahamic faiths. Do you understand? Aramaic, Hebrew, and Arabic. That's it. That's it. So when he says to me, some of our prayers are in Aramaic and they follow Torah, then I know that the Aramaic speaking people of the day, or they have an Aramaic translation of Torah or the law that Moses was given. I'll get deeper on that in a minute.
They're all right to left, not left to right, languages, things of that nature. And there are Aramaic during rabbinic times in from like 200 CE to 200 BC to 200 CE. Aramaic, there are many Jewish prayers that are in Aramaic because the rabbis during the rabbinical time, that was the spoken language of the area, was Aramaic. Yes. And so there are many prayers that we do on every day in our prayer services that are in Aramaic.
Every day in our prayer services, again, the relationship between the Muslim and the real Jew. We pray 5 times a day. We're the prayingest people on the planet. Don't nobody pray more than the Muslim. And second to that is the Orthodox Jew. That's a fact. So that is yielded out of that. It's cursory to what we're talking about, but I just wanted to point that out for you. That even matters.
You read them as Hebrew, and they come off as Hebrew, but they are Aramaic. Yeah, they are Aramaic during rabbinic times in from like 200 CE to 200 BC to 200 CE. Aramaic, there are many Jewish prayers that are in Aramaic because the rabbis during the rabbinical time, that was the spoken language of the area, was Aramaic.
That's why we even have, I brought you the Turkish Bible that was found. It's in Aramaic, homie. And they don't want that because it reads too much like the Quran. Suddenly Jesus is not the Son of God, and he's not God comes a man, he's not the Savior of the world. Quick, get rid of it. We can't have it.
Yes, so there are many prayers that we do on every day in our prayer services that are in Aramaic. We read them as Hebrew, and they come.
We read them as Hebrew.
Off as Hebrew, but they are Aramaic.
And they come off as Hebrew. We read them in Hebrew. They come off as Hebrew, but they're in Aramaic. Well, that contradicts with history because, again, Moses spoke Hebrew. This Torah, the law, is revealed to a people who spoke Hebrew. Do you understand? So that there are tribes, so this lines up with known knowledge, so that we know there are tribes of Israelites. This is why, so then we say, well, if Moses spoke Hebrew, then Jesus must spoke Hebrew too. And no, he didn't, because that was a different tribe. You understand? The Son of Mary was sent for one people for one time, and he spoke Aramaic. This is why in your Deuteronomy 18:18, your John 15:26, your John 16:12 through 17, where Allah has said, but specifically in Deuteronomy 18:18, where Allah says to Moses, I shall raise up from among them a prophet like unto you, Moses. That means Moses over here and there's some people over there. I shall raise up from among them a prophet like unto you, Moses, because Moses was sent for a specific tribe too. Same message, different time. Same message, different time. Same message, different time. Separate people. Isa, son of Mary. Same message, different time, different people. Deuteronomy 18. I shall raise up from among them a prophet like unto you, Moses, from their brethren. That's our key phrase we want to isolate here, because this verifies and articulates the tribe thing that I'm telling you right now. So you have the Israelites and the Ishmaelites in this case is what we're dealing with. So we know it's not the son of Mary because he was an Israelite. And this one that Allah is saying to Moses, I'm going to raise up from among them, from their brethren, is the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you understand? So now that's a puzzle piece. That's historical fact. And now you have the white rabbi on the phone 2021 telling the Jedi that they're read in Hebrew and they come off as Hebrew, but they're Aramaic. No. And by the way, there's literally a handful of people left on the earth that speak Aramaic to this day. Why do you know this, Jedi? Because I do. And not only that, proving this is back when Mel Gibson, another Zionist, did the Passion of the Christ. He had to search far and wide to find someone who, it just cut off. So I'm going to start back to where I think it didn't hear me. When Mel Gibson did the Passion of the Christ, he had to go and find far and wide people that spoke Aramaic. It's such an ancient language. It's a sister to Arabic. To find somebody that spoke this language, that's why you see those Aramaic titles coming, or those English titles coming up in the Passion of the Christ, and the actors are speaking Aramaic. That's a fact. Go and watch the Passion of the Christ, and you'll go, the Jedi, again, has told us the truth, as he always does. But I'm giving you knowledge converging on this right now. You understand? So that statement is germane to what we're discussing right now, but there's a cursory piece that it's an opportunity to teach and tell you something else. All right, we'll go on. We're closing it here. It's nearly to the end.
Saints. It depends on how they did that. So there is a relationship. There's certainly a relationship with any Jewish community in the state of Israel and other Jewish communities. We reach out to each other and have a connection. Yes. Are they Semitic? In other words, because in the Arab, if my education is right, the Semitic languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and I think there's maybe another one that fails me now. So then would then be that, because a lot of those languages still exist. Semitic languages, yes. Okay. I think Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, I think all came from that area of the world, right, at more or less the same time. So there are certain, they're all right to left, not left to right, languages, things of that nature. And there are Aramaic during rabbinic times from like 200 CE to 200 BC to 200 CE. Aramaic, there are many Jewish prayers that are in Aramaic, because the rabbis during the rabbinical time, that was the spoken language of the area, was Aramaic. Yes. And so there are many prayers that we do on every day in our prayer services that are in Aramaic. We read them as Hebrew, and they come off as Hebrew, but they are Aramaic. Yes. Yeah, you guys are a lot like the Muslim in so many ways. It's like we're so cousins. I even saw a rabbi somewhere on YouTube. They were scholars. He was very good with etymology, and he just was saying, he said, brothers, he was one of these laureate scholar people of the highest eminence, and he was saying, he was just pointing out that the oneness of our faith, how it goes back so far, and oh my God, he was so eloquent. But I have a funny story for you. When I opened my business years ago, I had called a supplier for some women's shoes, and he had quoted me the price on the phone and all of that. We were fine. When I got there, I happened to be wearing my necklace that says the name of God in Arabic.
We'll just get that exhibit for the jury. Your Honor, we'd like to, for the viewing of the jury, we'd like to offer this into evidence at this time. That's my necklace. It says Allah. That's the one I'm telling them about here.
And the way that I was dressed, and I walked in and I said hi. It was here. It was two men. They're beautiful. And I said hi. I'd be on the phone. And he said, he looked at me. His eyes got wide. He said, "You're a Muslim." I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, shalom, shalom." And he kissed me. And the price went down several dollars per pair.
That's a true story.
They were wonderful.
Where are you?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Where do you live? Where are you?
I think I
People
edited
don't
that
know
out.
because nobody seems to know where we are.
Yeah.
But we have a thriving community out here. We're out here, you know. But
It's hot there.
oh my God, don't even say the words. You just made it another degree hotter now.
Sorry.
But
When you ever come over to the Laguna area, give me a call and we'll have lunch or
I
something.
would love that so much. I want to just say this, Rabbi. This is what I want for humanity. From the first day that I spoke with you, I appreciate your spirit, your kindness, and thank you so much for the education, because that is what we need now. It's simple enough to just pick up a phone and call somebody that knows.
Right.
Go to the source.
I appreciate that.
Go to the
It's
source.
75 here right now and mostly sunny.
Wow. My God. I think we're a lot hotter than that up here.
But it is going all the way up to 81 next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh my God, I can't.
Not a problem.
But I do
Call
appreciate it.
anytime. I enjoy speaking with you. I look forward to meeting one day, and I enjoy it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Great day. Shalom.
You too. You too. Shalom. Bye-bye.
Allahu Akbar. So I take no credit, you know. I am blessed and thankful for the human being that Allah has allowed me and allows me to be. You know, I'm not impressive, everybody. I'm someone who's interested in righteousness, and I'm also someone who's interested in knowledge. And this is the product of that, and the will and mercy and grace of the one who created us all, you know. But I have been given the ability, I've spoken at length about this in previous work over the years to my brothers, about you've got to be able to be a whole human, and you can't just be one note. Life requires you to be eclectic, and you've got to have layers to you. You got to be able to, you know, all Black folks know about switching up code. We get that. I'm saying you got to go further than that. You got to go further than that. You got to go further, because this is how I'm able to. The first time I spoke to him, he was engraced by me. So he offered me his personal phone number. Now I follow up on it. He's offering me to lunch and can't wait to see me. Hope we can get together one day and all of it. If I'm just the smoked out weed dude that's got nothing going on up here, you don't get that far with nothing in life. With no body or no nothing. It doesn't matter what level it's on. So I want this to also be a lesson to my brothers and my sisters. But my brothers, because we need to be in a position to lead and to set the tone for our community and our people. And in order to do that, we need to be real kings, real generals, real admirals and commanders. And those positions require layers of skill set. Layers of skill set. You gotta have it. You gotta have it in order to understand the world around you and to be able to affect your environment, just your own personal You know, if you just start there, even, you got to have that. And I'm grateful to Allah that I'm a good communicator. I'm a good listener. And as I say, this issue is passionate, is an area of passion for me because of the injustice and unfairness and unrighteousness. But the lie of it all, you know, these people are masquerading, and then it's being passed down in these camps that he described to us. It's an indoctrination, really, you know, from the time they're little, that you're it. You have some birthright because we say you are a Jew, and none of it's true. Again, the Jewish faith is a beautiful thing, just like Islam. It's a beautiful thing. If my people can't become Muslim, I wish they become Jew. You know, return to something that is closest to the truth. And if you want the truth, then you come to Islam. But to say to their young ones that, and essentially they're us, but once you stumble on the Semitic question, because you tell me about the old temples and they were destroyed, and that's when y'all had to go across the land, but everybody ended up in Poland and Germany. And nobody maintained any of the Semitic languages. Not nobody. Or as my grandmother used to say, not now. I love you. I love you. Not now. I'm over it. What you're going to take from this, one of the things you're going to take from this is you are now have a suit of armor of knowledge on you now as it relates to this nonsense and these fake cries of anti-Semitic. Nonsense. Every time somebody wants to scream anti-Semitic, 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 we're over it. Because the moment somebody says that, you know you have the fire extinguisher. And that fire extinguisher is, oh, you're a Semite? You're a Semite? Oh, really? What language do you speak? Oh, I don't speak it. Well, what language did your grandfather speak? What about his grandfather and his grandfather and his grandfather? Now we're back to the beginning of time, and we still don't see you speaking any of the Semitic languages, and you're not from the region, and so we're just not understanding how it is that you're Semitic. How? But as he said, when they go through the process, you see, that's why I had to break that down at that time. When you go through the process, so that they're just going to represent it, even though they know they're not even Semitic. They're going to defend the house. I'm an imposter, but goddamn it, I'm defending the imposters. That's essentially what they're saying. That's it. You know, it's right up there with the transgender. You know, you're not a woman. Damn it, I said it. You're not. And you ain't ever gonna be. That's just what it is. They dig you up in 1,000 years. They dig up your bones and test your DNA. They're not gonna say it was a transgender. They're gonna say it was a man or a woman. You test my blood right now, you're going to find, and you test anybody on the continent of Africa, I got a 99% chance my blood is coming back with the markers of the land of Semites. I have that, but I don't need it because I got a cloak of melanin, homie. This is not just decoration. This is information, homie. This is a signature. You understand? This is letting you know in glorious bronze. That's something else right there. That's a different system. That's the genuine article. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let me come back to you. Thank you, Link. I see your comment. You said I think there was a delay. That must have been when I was saying, "Oh my God, I can't." Reliable Andrew was checking in on the when I was at you guys. Could you hear me? You guys were sitting there like a bunch of. I thought I was in a funeral parlor for a minute. DeJewel, another shout out to you. Say he full of it. They twisted that info. Is that right, Jedi? Something doesn't sound right. Explain, please. Explain, please. And then you say, thank you for explaining. LifeWorks, shout out to you. Say your truth, Jedi. How are you doing, my friend? I'm well, and thank you for asking. Alhamdulillah. Uh, how are how are you, Israel? Rise up and be faithful. Yes, indeed. Um, Anjane 23, my queen sister. Allahu Akbar. Hey Jedi, at work, creeping again. She told them to get off their land. I remember that. Um, yeah, Helen Thomas, for you all that don't know, you'll have to go and educate yourselves to see Helen Thomas. But she, that day, there was some little um, Hebrew fake Jew kids up on Capitol Hill, walking around touring, and they ran into Helen Thomas just by chance. And she's legendary. She's an icon. And they just said to her, what do you think about because even then in 2009 there was yet another stir up of the Israeli, because the Palestinians are under attack every single day. Everybody, they're under attack as I sit here speaking to you right now. That's the truth. Right now they under attack, and so as they were then. And they said to her, what do you think should happen with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? She goes, I think they need to get the hell out of Palestine, get off their land. And he goes, wow, that's something. Well, where do you think they should go? She goes, well, they could go back home. They're not being persecuted anymore. They go back to their own land. Career over that day. There used to be a press corps honor that was named for her and everything. That went away, and just in the moment she said it. You see? So they're coming strong, and so you got to be able to come back strong at their ass. You understand? Most of the shit that stands only stands because nobody is standing up to it. And I'm somebody who's always stood up to bullshit. I just not, then I don't need to accept that. Like, it's not the truth, and so I just don't need to. I don't need to. That's all. I don't need nothing else. And this was no different. Yes, Anjane. Harsh Harbor, powerful Jedi. Thank you. Thank you. DeJewel, thank you, Jedi. I will do the research. Do that. Also, you all that were with me last night, I'm gonna see if I'll put the link in on there. I think I can. Anyways, I gave you guys some homework last night. There was a video that you were supposed to go and watch of this from 1957. It was these 4 African students up there who had come here from different countries in Africa to have a high school debate. It's from 1957. It's in black and white and everything, and it's a powerful, powerful piece. You need to see that. So thank you to Jewel for committing to doing your research. You go on to say, God is not a God of confusion. Amen. Yes. And I appreciate you put that in capital letters. Miss GNX, your good sister Nikki X sends black power every hour to you, King Jedi. Alhamdulillah. And I send that power back to you, Queen, for you are the source of my power. Always know that. DeJewel. Okay. Okay, no cape. Life works. Grandmother wants you need to go back and read the word again, the Bible. I don't know what you said there, Life works. Grandmother want you need to go back and read the word again. Help me. Um, did you okay? I know that's right. Um, yeah, yeah. By the way, this is random. I'm gonna put it in right now because I mentioned to you guys when I did the Kevin Samuels video, there was a book that when I had gone to the new Arsenio Hall show, Tyrese, Genuine, Tank, and somebody else was there. Anyways, they gave us their book. This was the book. I'm over it. But because I was railing against books like this, and I was telling you, I was saying to women, like, don't be like, forget these books these men are reading. This one's called Manology, secrets of your man's mind revealed. I'm over it. Anyways, I wanted to make sure that I showed that to you and share that with you because I had mentioned that in that piece, and at the time I didn't know where the book was or anything. Damn it, what's going on? Turn. Um, yeah. So that's where we're at, everybody. I'm not going to keep you. Um, you know, this is a pressing issue for me, as I say. We are the Israelites. We are the people. We are the nations that were sent forth and dispersed across the world and kept in bondage. You know, compared to us, their alleged Holocaust, because there are many and some very good evidence that certainly a good argument to say that their Holocaust never even happened. That's not really our issue. Whether it happened or didn't happen, the fact of the matter is, it didn't happen as long as our shit has continued. Still up to me right now. And it wasn't even on this soil. So your crime doesn't happen on this soil, but everybody here is supposed to lick your ass. And then you in a country that don't belong to you, and you killing off the people who the fucking country belongs to, while impersonating and saying you're me. I don't take kindly. I don't take kindly. So, the Semite question. Anytime anybody asks you, or you hear somebody claiming something's anti-Semitic, or they're bending over backwards for these fake ass people, like I say, I respect anybody that's really pursuing the divine, and you are really trying to be a righteous, holy person. That's all fine, and yet it is also still separate than trying to use some fake identity to be anointed into some high place that you are not, as an imposter, and then that the others are affected by that. That's when I don't appreciate it. Once you start coming into my yard, I got a problem with you. As long as you stay out on the street, I don't really care what you're doing. Do your little donuts. I don't care. But when I see you doing a donut in my yard, we're gonna throw some bones. It's just going down like that. It just is. So, did you guys have any questions for me or anything? DeJules says, thank you again, Jedi. I appreciate and thank you. Rella D, shout out to you. Says, so why is America paying reparations to Israel? Thank you very much. And CJ Mendoza says, hello, Jedi. What's the topic of today? To your question, to your statement, Rella, or question statement, I've actually delved into that issue in previous work. A short answer is that all Israel is, in order to understand it, Rella, must understand that white people are just white people. Because I had to pull myself back from asking him a lot of things that I really wanted to just say, but I had to be strategic. Because I wanted to say to him, do you consider yourself just a white person? Especially when he was talking about how they come here and change their names so that they could seem more American. So that means if you just change your name, don't nobody know you anything. That means you blend with everybody else. So do you consider yourself white? Oh, I wanted to ask that question so bad. I'm still going to be in therapy that I didn't ask it. But it makes my point that they are just white people. That's the first concept you must accept. because after that, then the rest of what I'm going to say will make sense to you. So that these are just white people. Their inclinations are the same. And in that video that I gave you guys as homework last night, the Ethiopian kid, when he asked about how they feel about white people, he said they are uh, spiritually and religiously unclean. It gave me my entire life. I slept like a baby last night, and which is rare, but that gave me my entire life. That also makes the point I'm making. This kid was saying that in 1957 about white people. They're religiously and spiritually unclean. Unclean. And you must understand, when people of faith, certainly Muslims, when we say unclean, we're using it in the term the way that the divine uses it. You know, when Allah is proclaiming something unclean, that's, you know, it's not like, oh, that glass has a smudge on it. No, it's deeper than that. It's unclean. Nah, that means it's other. It's not like, you can't. And so you have to think of Israel as an annex of America. It's like, if I'm the Black Panther, I'm going to set up a chapter over here because I can't be in two places. I need somebody there doing my bidding for me. And their location is strategic. That's why they give them money, so that they can have all the weaponry and the nuclear arms and all the bullshit that they have in Israel. They have it. They have it. And because it really is run by them, and that's why I asked them that question. You know, how are you gonna claim, if you really run some shit and somebody says that, how is that anti-Semitic? It's not. But they do run the shit, and so therefore they're taking care of their own, Rella. That's what it is. They keep getting fucking reparations. I brought you guys a story years back where the bitch in New York, some Congress bitch in New York, there was some rail company that they had decided had somehow participated in transferring some people way the fuck back when, and they got just more reparations, more, you know. But every time it comes to us, we don't know how we do it, and we don't know who was a slave, and are you a descendant of a slave, and we don't know, and go to hell. All that is just a stall tactic, dude. Like Dr. King said, justice delayed is justice denied, bitch. So why are you waiting? I'm over it. Shira, I'll be tuning in on that video after this live. Okay, perfect. And Jewel, what's the name of the movie again? What movie? The video I'm citing, Jewel, or what? Or did I what? Talk to me. While you're typing that to me, I want to remind everybody what I said at the top of this video. You need to, I need to put the link. You need to go, like I say, even if you're not going to purchase anything, I'm okay with that. But I need you to go to this site and see the collection. I want whatever feedback you have is going to be valuable to me. So I'd like for you to do that. Just give me your feedback. Just give me your feedback. If you find something, you buy it, that's fine. But I need your feedback, because it doesn't do me any good to continue to prosecute this collection if I don't have good information. I want you to have something nice, and so I need to know that from you, you know. And I thank you to all of you who have purchased something and have been so kind as to come and give me your review. I love you for that. And also, as I say, as always, I'm leaving the Cash App. I'm just leaving the Cash App, everybody, because, you know, I'm a scratch record now, but I have spoken at length you know, about my feeling and all of that, the hurt and stuff that I went through. And so I left that so that none of those people who maybe their heart was hardened before and the door is still open. That's what the universe gives me right now. You know, maybe their heart wasn't hardened, maybe they just couldn't, you know. But a lot of people went past me, a lot of people. So it's kind of an opportunity for you to make it right with your own soul or whatever. I don't know the words, but I leave that up. So the Cash App is there, the Jedi 1814, and then I need you to also go to the collection. And like I say, even if you don't buy anything, I want you to look at it and give me your feedback. I don't know everything. I know I don't know everything. So I need you to tell me, hey, this is really fantastic. Or maybe you have ideas I haven't thought of. You know, whatever it is, I want to hear from you. That video, DeJewel. Oh my God, did I send it to this one? If not, I know that it's on there. Oh, there's always more than one way to skin a cat, homie. I am the dude. So what we do is we simply go to last night's stream. Look what I can do. Did you guys ever watch? Did you guys ever used to watch Mad TV? Stewart, I think was his name. 6 foot something as white dude. Supposed to have been a big kid. That character got on my nerve like I don't know what, dude. But he used to have this thing. I can relate to it because I know kids do this, but I just his mother would be like, Stuart, do such and such and such and such. Stuart, you're getting such and such. And he'd just look at it and go, look what I can do. And he just do this dumb little flip, just that. Like, because you know kids will do like they want your attention. It's a bunch of adults and the kid has felt your energy. This is my experience anyway. The kid has like felt your energy and and they tap you, hey, I just got a new bike. Oh, that's so good, little man. They just need your attention in that moment. They just want to share in your energy. So it's kind of a play on that. Anyway, let me look for this damn link for the jewel. Look what I can do. It's the dumbest thing on earth. Okay, live chats. It's on Instagram, DeJewel. But that's fine.
So
There it is. SubhanAllah. Now, how do I do this?
Are Americans prejudiced in their opinions about Africa?
They most certainly are. How could they be objective about?
It's called the 1957 High School Debate. Nigeria's Boniface Ofakoja, Ethiopia, Ghana, and South Africa. Now, how do I do this? Because I should be able to put the link in this chat. Copy link. Got it. All right, DeJewel, it's about to come into, and everybody, it's about to come into, brother's wearing a serious thobe right there. I don't think he Muslim, no. They might be. Just saying. Let me come back to you all. And rid of Fauci. And okay, digital. And everybody here comes right now.
Okay, digital.
Clip tray.
And everybody here comes right now. Okay, digital. And everybody here comes right now.
Yeah, that's it. This is the video you must watch. Boom, there it is, homie. I don't know how my name has a crown next to it, y'all. Wallah, I did not do that. I swear by Allah. That's an education for you in so many ways, you guys. You gotta watch that. That's 1957. And I want to have a discussion about that. So make sure you watch it, you know, and then maybe if we're together over the weekend, what's today? I don't know what it is. It is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So maybe over the weekend we'll have discussion on that because that's worthy. Oh, Terrence, thank you for your contribution, brother. Appreciate you for your donation. I love you for that. I want us to have discussion on that piece, everybody. And you have to listen to it because the audio, I think, is deliberately bad, you know. But it's not so bad that you can't consume it. And I want you to be noticing, again, you're going to listen for the Ethiopian kid when he says that white people are spiritually and religiously unclean. That said it to me. That was the final period on it. I've said that in a million different ways, but I never said that those words linked together like that before. And it just was my life. You're going to be listening for that. You also want to be watching. I wish I could be with you as you watched it, but you're also going to be looking at everybody up there is African, and the three, and then there's the white bitch that's from South Africa, and you're going to notice the demeanor and the decorum of all of the three Africans, the Ethiopian, the Nigerian, and the Ghanaian. And then you're going to notice the white bitch. She's even dressed different than everybody else. She's trying to be. She looks like a fucking 18th century Girl Scout or something. It's my eyes burn to look at it. I'll just pull it up, the image of it, so that while I'm talking about it, you could just see what I'm suffering from and why you too will be in therapy. Once you see this, you won't be able to go on. You won't. So if you're on a job, just take a week off because you won't be able to go on. Just tell them, I can't go on. What happened? Wait, now where'd it go? What do I do to go back? I don't know. There it is. I think he's Ghanaian. Don't quote me. All right, this brother is Ghanaian. That's the white bitch. Looks like she's a man, baby. Yeah. With her. And I think that in South Africa, we have this so in South Africa. No, because it's South Africa. It's so. And then she's touching the Ghanaian dude the entire time, like putting her hand on his shoulder. And I'm yelling at the screen, get your hand off me. I was personally offended. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, don't touch me. Wait now, because I want you to see the Nigerian sister and the Ethiopian brother. Here comes the thunder again. That's the way, bitch. There she is. White bitch 1957. That's the Nigerian sister. There she is. And then that's the Ethiopian kid. And he sounds like it's really bizarre. But that's fine. And that's the chick that's moderating it. That's Miss Crabtree. I don't know if that's her name, but that's what I'm calling her. But there is an education here for you, everybody, that is of great value, or there's no reason I would take my time or my energy to share it with you and be so passionate about it. You have to watch that. If you can't do shit else, you got to watch that, because you'll know the issues. You'll know why. When you watch it, you'll say, I know why he's so passionate about this. I get it. And you're going to be passionate about it too. It is an education. And this takes place in America. They came here for this debate, and I guess had been here for some length of time. And now they're doing this debate, and they're talking about their observations and things. This was 1957. This is still Jim Crow. This is still niggers here, whites only here. It's a few things, and you will see the fantasy, just like when we just listened to this rabbi guy, this fantasy that they're selling to the world about these people, these Polish, these white people who happen to be from Poland and Germany and Ireland and the bullshit. It's just like they're selling that same fiction. The same fiction has been indoctrinated into these white kids. And it's interesting to see the point of view. You gotta watch it, man. And I want you to watch it so we can talk about it. I always tell you, when I have something good or I know something, I want everybody else to have it too. That's the fun part of it. Of anything, you get a Snickers, you want to share it. So we're gonna be talking about this. And if you're not up to speed, then you just won't know what's going on. You just won't. But I'm gonna do a piece on this. On just this. It's too delicious. Wow. So I've put the link in the description or in the chat. So all you gotta do is click on it, and it'll take you to the video, and you can do your homework. Also follow up on the, as I told you before, follow up on what is the relationship between, or how are Ethiopian Jews being treated in Israel. I brought you that information. I have videos here on the channel. You can also go and do your own independent work to understand that. I do what I can, everybody. I do what I can. I love you all. And I'll just look over here to see if there's any more questions for me, and then we're landing. Shout out to Hush Harbor. You're welcome. And I think that's everything. All right, you guys. I could be back before the weekend. Only Allah knows. But if not, then I certainly intend to be back on the weekend, at the very least. If I am back before that, you'll know about it. Thank you all for coming, that were able to be a part of the stream. Thank you also for keeping the thumbs up. We didn't have to bitch about it today. That's progress. And I hope I leave you enriched and fuller than I found you. I love you all. I'll see you soon.